Are you ready for great sex? Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa, and that's exactly what we are doing in today's class. We are focusing on opening up our hips, our mid-back, our breath, which are all crucial part of increasing blood flow. Go grab your mats, and let's do this. If you happen to have 2 yoga blocks, go ahead and grab those. If not, no worries, I've got you covered. Let's get started. Come down onto your stomach. I'm just gonna start by loosening up our hips and our low back. You wanna look at like a warm up for your body. So we're gonna take our left hand, bring your left hand straight out in front. We're gonna come up onto your fingertips on that right hand side. We're gonna take your right leg, lift your right leg up and back behind. Just a little tap. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. And then gently bring it back down. So this left arm can be straight. It could also be bent into half cactus. Lift the leg, come up, a little tap behind. And then bring it back down. Good. Press, lift, come up. Kind of almost imagine like you're going to try to tap the left shoulder. I've got quite a ways to go. Working on it. Goals. But we're opening up our pelvis, opening up our low back, our mid backs. Good. We're going to do one more time and really stay with your breath. As we're breathing, inhaling, the breath goes down to those pelvic floor muscles. As we exhale, it's this gentle lift coming up, which is going to be crucial. Straighten out that right arm, come up onto those fingertips, take that left leg, lift your left leg up, and then spin it back behind. Good. Spin, lift up, back behind. And drop it down. Now, do you notice, is there a difference from one side to the next? Do you feel it pulling in different areas? Opening up that chest. Nice. Notice the mid-back. Notice the front of your left hip. Good, we've got one more time. Open it up. Nice job. And then slowly bring it back down. Bring those hands back down by your side. Sink those hips back. Come into a child's pose. Maybe you bring your knees a little wider apart. Sink those hips down. The breath here. Imagine that you're spreading those sit bones apart. Send that breath all the way down. Low back sit bones. Exhale, let it go. Awesome. One more time. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, pull yourself. Come up. We're going to take our left leg. Scoot your left leg straight out in front. You're going to think of taking your hips, tuck those hips underneath, and then you're going to lift your tailbone towards the sky. Tuck the hips, come underneath, and lift. So you want to be careful we're not getting the whole upper body. It's just our pelvis. A little lift and a little tuck. Hands can stay at your hips. You can bring them to that front thigh, gently moving in and out. For 3, 2, 1 more. Now you're going to send them over towards the left and then to the right. Send to the left and to the right. Maybe as you're warming up, you can come into a slightly bigger stance going to the left and to the right. And you're just checking to see what you feel in your hips, in your pelvis. It might feel more comfortable if you want to come down to the ground, send the hips to the left, to the right. Play around with it. What feels best for you for opening up your hips, your pelvis, your low back. Nice. One more time here. And then if you're up, bring those hands down to the ground. Take your right hand down, take that left arm, lift your left arm open towards the sky. Slowly take your left arm, stretch that left arm back behind. And then sweep it back in front. Inhale, lift that arm up. Now make sure that left foot is flat on the ground, that we're not letting it roll to that outside. Sweep, lift up, reach it back behind, and stretch back in front. Awesome. One more time. Open through the chest, reach through that back arm, and then sweep it back down. And pull yourself, come back up. We're gonna switch. So take that right leg, scoot your right leg out in front. Hands come to your hip or they come down to the thigh. We're gonna tuck the pelvis and then a little lift, a little tuck and a little lift. And seeing, do you have a hard time? Does it feel like your upper back wants to do a lot of the work? Can you press those feet down into the ground? Use your breath as you inhale, lift, exhale, tuck. Nice. Hands come back to the thigh. We're going to go to the left and to the right. It's like you're hugging your left hip up, right hip up, left and right. You could also bring those hands down to the ground and send the hips left and right. And just notice left side, right side. What do you feel? Good. For 3, 2, last 1. Left hand comes down, or you could put it on a block. That right foot stays nice and flat. We're going to sweep the right arm up towards the sky. Reach it back behind. Nice big circles coming from your chest. Reach the right arm out in front. Come up. Now that right knee is lengthening forward. Your left leg is going back. One more sweep. Reach in front. Lift up and back. Awesome. Both hands come back down to the ground. Now let's make your way down, coming to a seated position. Take that left leg, scooch your left leg out. Right leg comes in. We're going to twist that right hand back behind. Inhale, think of maybe lifting up. You can stay here, or you can press, lift those hips, just coming into a gentle back bend. And then sweep those hips, come back down. Both legs come out straight. And we'll float forward. So you might feel like you want to round and tuck. Really try to keep your tailbone lifted. Maybe you stay here and grab those inner thighs, your calves. If you can flop forward, go ahead, flop forward. If you can reach for those toes, reach for your toes, lengthen out. Use your breath, but we're just careful to not really round down through everything and tuck the tailbone. Keep that tailbone lifted. Nice. Come back in, take the left leg, pull your left leg in. Left hand comes behind. Maybe you stay here, opening up, or you can press into those hips, lift everything up and back. Nice breath in. Gentle squeeze of those glutes, lifting those hips up, and then bring it back down. Scoot those legs back out. Lift hands, inner thighs, calves, reach for those feet. If you can flop forward, you can, but really keep that tailbone lifted. 2 breaths here. Nice. Hinge, fold forward, lift that tailbone. Notice, do you feel it in the back of the thighs, inner thighs, low back? Pull yourself, come back up. One more time each side. Right leg comes in, right hand goes behind. You can stay here or press, lift those hips, come up and back. Gentle squeeze of the glutes, hips pressing forward. And then slowly lower everything back down. Right leg comes out. Now this time through, just notice what feels different. Lift that tailbone, float, come forward. Use your breath. Nice. Noticing those inner thighs, reach through your heels. Nice breath in. Exhale, let it go. Good. Inhale, come back up. Left leg comes in. Last one. Take that left hand back behind. Right hand comes in. Press those hips. Lift. Come all the way up. Gentle back bend. Squeezing the glutes. Continuing to open up those hips. Bring it back down. Both legs come back out. Hinge, fold forward. Grab those inner thighs, calves. Reach for the feet. Lift that tailbone towards the sky. Nice breath in. Maybe you're noticing you're slowly inching closer. Maybe it doesn't feel as tight. Keep lifting the tailbone. One more breath here. Nice job. And then pull yourself, come back up. So we've got one more. I'm going to show a couple of different options. We're going to come into either frog pose or a squat. So frog pose, we're going to come onto our knees. And you can scoot both those knees out. You might want to fold your mat up for extra cushion under your knees. The inside of your feet come down, and then you can come down onto those forearms. You can stay up on your hands. We're working on sinking the hips back. Nice breath in, exhale, let it go. If both of these is a little uncomfortable, you could do one at a time, and I'll show you how to do that. Coming down onto your stomach, bring one knee in, thinking of pushing down. So that's option 1, to continue to open up the hips. Option 2 is coming into a squat or a malasana. So you'd move your feet wider than hip distance. You want to keep the heels on the ground and bring those hands to heart center and think of opening up those hips. Trying to get the hips to drop, pressing open. You could always sit on a block and open up those hips. If you struggle with symptoms from a prolapse, I would do the one on your hands and knees until you're not noticing those symptoms for this one. And just picking which one works best for you. You can try them out, see which one feels better. It's to open up those hips. This is where the breath comes into play. We inhale, we're relaxing, letting go. As we exhale, that diaphragm helps lift the pelvic floor. I'm gonna try out frog. If you're doing the single leg frog, switch to the other side. And just see, is it pinchy in the front of your hips? Do you feel it in the back? What are you noticing? Two more breaths here. Wherever you're at, nice slow breaths. Exhale, continue to relax. Ease that tension. Nice. And wherever you're at, just make your way. Start to come back. Find a comfortable position. So we opened our hips, our mid-back, got our breath going, and you are ready to go. Take a nice big breath in. Lift those arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down towards heart center, thanking your body for your practice. Keep up the good work. Until next time, namaste.